I want to talk about one of perhaps arguably the most vivid characterizations going on in the show, Rumpelstiltskin, played by Robert. Robert, what's in your mind when you put that character together? What is he an amalgam of?
He's actually based on 3 distinct things, and the first thing for me was I did a lot of work with masks back when I was in drama school many, many years ago. So when you put on a mask, things kind of change. So that was the first step. The second step was Italian commedia dell'arte. Commedia dell'arte is very grand Italian farce. I've even been doing it already, and it doesn't. So once I had that in my mind, I thought, well, I know how he looks and how he moves, and I needed to find some kind of voice because I couldn't imagine this voice wasn't really going to do it. And actually, it was my son. It's my 6-year-old son, Pierce. I just suddenly heard him because he walks about the house doing this kind of wee. That's him. That's him. So once I put all these 3 things together, that's what it is.
And for the rest of you, what's it like to do a scene with Rumpelstiltskin? Is it unsettling? Is it like creepy? Do you get giggle fits?
It's only difficult because we all love Bobby so much that I know I have to remind myself right before we start rolling that I'm afraid of this man. Because it's kind of a hard, no offense, but it's kind of hard to be afraid of you. As you're lovely and wonderful.
Absolutely.
Those are fighting words.
I wanted to get some clarification on a little bit of the Once Upon a Time rule book from the producers. So for example, as Henry has told us many a time, nobody can leave or bad things will happen. So is every car that ever goes down that road, is it going to skid off the road, or?
Well, unless they're giving birth. There's always that.
Okay.
The auto shop's really busy.
I would say, for clarity's sake, it's people who have been cursed to be in this town. And I think that what that rule means and how it affects everyone is something that we'll see a little bit more of as we go down this.
Because I can see you facing instances like, for example, Giancarlo Esposito, who plays Sidney in The Magic Mirror. He just booked a pilot, so if that goes to series, you got to get Sidney out of town somehow.
Or we have to do a lot of scheduling.
Yeah. Well, I think you'll see Sidney has an arc this season, so, you know, I mean, a lot of our actors sometimes will do other roles on other shows, and it's scheduling. It doesn't, just because somebody's doing a pilot or on another series. You know, in Lost, Nestor was doing a show, and he came back and told Jack his destiny whenever we needed him to. So
we had the same. Sonia Walger was doing series.
Yeah. So we're you know, I mean, it's kind of, it happens. So it's really more of a scheduling nightmare than anything.
And as far as time had stopped in Storybrooke until Emma showed up, yes. And yet Henry did obviously age because Regina spoke about, you know, being handed him as a baby. Is part of the curse that nobody has picked up on the fact that?
Yeah, and that things changed when Emma arrived, and that only since she arrived and time started moving forward have people started to kind of realize things were going on, and the whole kind of curse world that had been created had been altered.
And the last topic, I know you don't like people getting ahead of themselves. We just started the show and all, but the curse and undoing the curse. Mm-hmm. There's obviously some sort of formula that will undo it. Are you going to start dropping little pieces of that in season 1?
Well, perhaps we already have. Yeah. Take that. Vlog about that tonight, people. Or see that on the boards. Tell me we're not moving story forward. We'll show you.